Hey miners, what's going on? Today we're going to be checking out operating and starting a mining pool. So let's get right into it.
As a crypto miner, you know you want your equipment to be high quality. Proper cable management is part of your mining rig, and the Veteran Miner has you covered. The Veteran Miner cables are created with the best materials to ensure they are of the highest quality. Our cables are made of 16 gauge tin copper, ensuring another layer of protection from oxidation and corrosion. We support our products with a 100% guarantee. Visit our website at www.theveteranminer.com and get the best cables for your mining setup.
So some people know about it, some people don't. And I suppose I better make a video about this, right? Because I've started a mining pool and it's kind of gotten out there. And some people know in the community, like I said, some of you may not know. I started in the Oxa pool and a Radiant pool to start off with. So just start out with the Oxa because it's a good project and it's something I like. So, and Radiant is a new coin that I've been interested in, mostly just for mining profitability and things like that, not because I love the project, but from a profitability standpoint, it's pretty, I'm going to say the power consumption is relatively low. So, and it uses very little wattage. So it's kind of a nice, you know, algorithm to mine and stuff like that. So what are some problems? What are some challenges? Let's think of this like, so, well, okay, before we get into challenges, why don't we think about what do you need to start a pool? Well, one, you're going to need some kind of dedicated piece of hardware, whether it be a computer or a server. I always recommend server because it's enterprise grade. It's meant to be on 24/7, but that's just my personal, that's because I have that stuff laying around. So other than that though, you will need to know some Linux, quite a bit of Linux, a lot of Linux, and a huge shout out to Retro Mike for helping me with the pools, dude. He literally helped me out step by step, and I'm really grateful for that help, man. It was really nice of him to help me out. I really do appreciate it. So what are some things that I've been, you know, what are some stuff that I've been noticing on my pool? Well, and so something else that you have to take into account, it depends if you want this pool to be public or not public, right? Like you can have it just be locally and you can mine to it and just do it yourself, right? Not tell other people. Or you could make it public pool like I did and you can let other people mine to it. So then you're going to get into DNS and opening ports, closing ports. So you got to have a decent router, things like that, especially if you're doing this from home. Now you could always rent a VM or a dedicated server, obviously in a data center to do that kind of thing. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into running a mining pool, right? Now, the hardware that I chose to go with is an open source software called Mining Core. They support lots of different coins and stuff like that. And actually, Retro Mike got Neoxa to work, and it's not even like really natively supported by Mining Core. So that was pretty cool. Radiant is natively supported by Mining Core. So that's why I chose that. There's tons of coins that are supported by Mining Core. So far it's a pretty nice setup. You know, let's go take a look at my mining pool. Maybe go over some things that maybe some stuff I'm having problems with that I've noticed right off the bat, because let's just face it, you know, this is why we test stuff, right? It's not perfect. You know what I mean? It's my first time operating a pool, so stuff's gonna break, right? So we're over here at MK Pools. These are my mining pools. We had two people mining here in Kapow. This is me. It goes up and down. I have my 14070 on here. It's mining as well. And so Retro Mike was mining to this, but I think he stopped because we need to figure out the payout system. And I'll go over that here in a minute. And then we have our Radiant pool. And we've had quite a few miners actually come here and try to help us hit a block, which has been, we've been very reluctant to hit a block. I mean, look at the network hash rate. It's 110 terahashes. We have 145 gigahash on there. So that's meaning that we got what, like 0.12% of the network hash rate. Like if you went on mining pool stats, this would be like at like 12th place. So not bad for, I mean, a pool starting out. We're definitely not hitting anything quite yet. But let's get over into the Neoxys side, right? Now, all of this is all preloaded onto the, this is all preloaded from Mining Core. This is their basic config that they have. And I think it's actually pretty clean and it's really nice. And I mean, yeah, you could go into the HTML and stuff like that and, you know, change your colors and all that stuff. But I mean, you don't really have to, but you can, right? You could definitely change your colors. So this is the stats page. It's now the colors, they're okay. I don't really care for the colors myself, but it's pretty easy to read, right? You can see the miners, your pool hash rate, network difficulty, right? Your threshold, stuff like that, right? Pool fee, block height, and then we'll come down to the dashboard where you would put your wallet in here and click load stats, and it'll load a worker. And then so here's my address right here. So and then these are the blocks that we hit. Now, this is where we got into a little bit of issues, and I do realize I do need to fix some stuff. So you can see we got really lucky here at 6%. This one took 133%. The reward is actually supposed to be, it's 5,000 Eoxa, and then they take away 750 for dev fee and the gaming rewards, right? Well, it had 4,250 and then took away another 750. So then we lost, so we just like burned, we just lost like 1,500 Eoxa on both of these blocks for some reason. Andy's supposed to be getting back to me, and because the thing is though, is if you come to the block height, to the Explorer here, you could see that the actual amount of Neoxid that was sent to us was wrong, right? It was 4,250, so it's even in the block Explorer. So it would be different because it's doing what it's supposed to, right? It's taking off the fee for the devs and all that stuff, which is weird. So I don't know, maybe if it's something in my pool JSON, because it still took away 750, because 10 and 15% would be a different number at this lower rate, right? Instead of 5,000, you would do 10 and 15% at 4,250, which would be less than 750. So it's not, something's not right. So definitely I need to work on that, and I need to nail that down. The payments did go through because they are on the Block Explorer. This is my wallet here, and this is all the amounts I received and stuff like that. And I did confirm in my Neox wallet that I received it. So it is there. It did work. Payments went through. We have one more bug. So because of this now, this is supposed to be US West, and then US West 1 is where you're going to be connecting to read all this. So I do have to get this fixed. It's backwards for some reason. So other than that though, I mean, this is a pretty clean, I would say, standard setup. Like, I've seen pools that are much harder to read than this, so it's not anything glamorous or has bells and whistles, but it does definitely get by. Now this is the Radiant pool. This one is we haven't hit a block yet on this one, so we're trying to test the payout system of the Radiant pool. We haven't hit it yet. We were all the way up to like 240 gigahash at its peak, and we're about at 160 gigahash right now. And you see the network hash rate, the difficulty, and then we can come back to the dashboard here and we can check out my workers. So you can see that all of my workers are on because it's back to being at nighttime. My time of use is back on. You can see how many shares I have pending here. I have 2 million shares pending. I've mined for a few days now and haven't had, we haven't hit a block yet. So hopefully we hit a block soon so we can figure something out. These are all the miners. Thank you everybody who's been contributing to try to help me. Thank you Rondi, who sent me a huge amount of hash rate. He's the big top dog here, who sent over 103 gigahash. So definitely appreciate that. We have not found a block yet, so obviously we don't have any payments. I also need to correct the stratum here. So I'm trying not to make any changes to anything yet until we hit a block on Radiant, and then I'll do some maintenance on the pool, because I don't want anything, I don't want any blips, and I don't want to have to restart any services. So I will do some of these fixes, like these minor ones here. The big one that I need to learn more information about because I don't know what's wrong is going to be the block reward here. Like, why is this 3,500 and why is it not 4,250? Because the original block is 5,000, so something is not operating correctly. But I'm glad that we hit a block and it did pay out. I plan on doing some more pools. Obviously, I have some stuff to learn and things to test out. Right, that's why I'm not on mining pool stats yet. This is a huge learning process, you guys. And it's not just like, oh hey, we're gonna go punch in some Linux and we're gonna get this thing rolling here. Obviously, you see that there is some errors with this, right? We obviously some basic HTML stuff we got to fix so people can connect to the correct ports. And then obviously the big one right now, the big thing is the block reward for the Neoxa, because we don't want people to be shortchanged. Now, you might have asked, hey, Mining King, why don't you check the pool address? I checked the pool address and it has the 0.5% from those two blocks right there at 3,500 Neoxa. It did get those, but that's all it has. There's nothing else in it. So I don't know where it went. I have no idea. So it'll be interesting to see what that is. Yeah, I need to talk to Retro Mike and some other people that maybe can help me out and figure out some of this. I think UK Miners Club said that he's also familiar with setting up pools and running mining cores, so I'll probably get together with him as well. There's definitely a lot of challenges and risks, right? Because look, I don't want people not to get paid by their blocks. You know what I mean? I know everybody's spending their hard-earned money on GPUs, their electric. You know what I mean? And they want to be able to, get get paid, get their crypto. You know what I mean? I don't want bad things to happen and stuff not to work right, which is why we need to test. So I'm not a super experienced pool operator, but I'm learning and I'm up front with everybody. So that's why I said this is just a test to see how things go. Obviously, the Neoxa pool, it needs a little bit of work right now. So hopefully we can get that fixed pretty soon, because I love Neoxa is a good project. And just remember, this is the Mining King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.